along the same lines of having many meetings, it was a very big discussion at last week's town board workshop. And I am making a resolution after all of that, or no, actually it was April 23rd. We just approved the minutes on that, where we discussed the Ridge Road multimodal sidewalk project. And Bill, you probably could comment on this the best. This thing has been percolating for about 3 years, has it not?
Yes.
Bill? And this is what happens when you get state, federal government involved, everything. It takes about 3 years to get something done. But we are at the altar.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. What a long, strange trip it's been. I'm sorry, gang, that I wasn't around it for 90% of the trip. But I am going to propose a resolution right now to accept the low bid that we got on this project from a contractor in the March 31st sealed bid opening. Before I do that, because we have had so much discussion on this at the workshop on the 23rd, is there any questions or comments that the board members have? Okay. Then the only, I mean, I know that it's still a work in process. I know that you were working, Jeff, with the engineers on it, trying to still see if we can get some more money out of the state on this.
We did submit a letter to the state DOT, their main office in Albany, for reserve funds that end up at the end of their calendar year.
Haven't heard from them.
Not yet.
But the only thing that could happen from that is positive for us.
Absolutely.
We are accepting and voting on something that is as is. It works into the budget that has been voted on prior. So the only thing that can come from what Jeff and the engineer are doing is positive to us. We'll see within COVID-19 if the state is, again,
Solve it.
yeah, well, that's just, yeah. Okay, so this is a resolution of the Webster Town Board to award a contract with Nardozzi Construction, Inc. for the Ridge Road Multimodal Corridor Project, PIN 3756.0. At a regular meeting of the Town Board of Webster held at the Town Board meeting room on May 7th, 2020, the 5 board members present, the following resolution was offered by Supervisor Flaherty. Whereas the town of Webster was awarded funding to provide 8,000 linear feet of sidewalks along Ridge Road from 5 Mile Line Road to Rachel Drive, and whereas the town board acted as the lead agency and the environmental impacts were addressed in accordance with the National Environmental Policy Act, and the project was classified as a C-list categorical exclusion, and whereas the town board acted as the lead agency in accordance with the State Environmental Quality Review Act, SEQR, and the project is a Type 2 action under Part 617, Title 6, the compilation of codes, rules, and regulations of the state of New York, and no further action was required. And whereas the town of Webster opened bids for the project on March 31st, 2020 at 2 p.m., and whereas the project was advertised in the Contract Reporter and the Webster Herald as required, and whereas 2 bids were publicly opened and read aloud on March 31st, 2020, and whereas the following bids were received: Nardozzi Paving and Construction, $1,395,034.50, and Villager Construction, Inc. for $1,886,000.00. Whereas the bids were reviewed by the project engineer, town finance director, and town clerk, and there were no errors or informalities, now therefore be resolved that the Webster Town Board authorizes the supervisor to sign a contract with Nardozzi Paving and Construction, LLC, 124 North Genesee Street, Geneva, New York, for the Ridge Road Multimodal Project, and the funds for this project shall be obtained from the New York State Transportation Alternatives Program, TAP, and the town of Webster. That is the motion.
Second.
Second. Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilman Dean? Aye. Councilwoman Cataldi? Aye. Councilman Abbott?
Aye.